Hey everybody, Christopher here. It's been a few days since my last journal entry because I have been busy with some other stuff. Had to do some work over the weekend on, and so anyway, we're back and we are doing a different method now. Uh, this is not my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K, as you can see. This is my Canon 7D. And why am I shooting this on a Canon 7D when I've got the Blackmagic camera right over there? Well, the answer is I have decided to shoot this in stop motion. I'm having a little bit of trouble. I'm new to camera raw, and I'm having some trouble with the raw on the Blackmagic camera. For some reason, it is not opening up in any of my editing programs when I shoot in raw. Uh, don't know why. I'm even having this trouble with DaVinci Resolve. So I'm trying some updates. Sorry about the barking dog. We're actually having our bathroom demoed because it's leaking from the top floor into the bottom floor. So fortunately, we're renters and the property management company has that in hand. So I just have to be here while they do that. But the dog's going crazy. So anyway, going back to this. Yeah, so I was having a lot of trouble with RAW. I was shooting in ProRes before, but ProRes was making it so that there was some difficulty with the green screen with some of the smaller branches. Part of my solution is, if you notice over there, I just turned this LED light to be warmer and shined it on the branches and give it a warm light that contrasts with the green screen. That helped a little bit, but the ProRes still was picking up too much spill from the green screen. So the solution originally was to shoot in RAW, and then that wasn't working. I was like, well, wait a minute. What if I did this in stop motion? Because I can shoot camera RAW on my 7D in stills and get all that color information and have it. I don't know if it's considered 4K when you run the stills together, but it's definitely big enough. We're doing this in just high definitions, which is 1920 by 1080 pixels for the movie, so it doesn't actually need to be in proper 4K. So anyway, let's take the camera over here so you can kind of see what it looks like on the screen. Now let's shoot it. Let's turn it to play mode. All right, give that a second to come up. So I would like to do the equivalent of 60 frames a second. I don't know if it's going to be just that, but let's just see how we start. We'll click through this. And now you notice something. I don't have a slider. I've got a sheet and a piece of cardboard and some very smooth whiteboard. This is dry erase board, so it's very smooth to glide across. But you'll notice that I don't get... It's pretty cool, but there's a little bit of jitter to it. Now, it's stop motion. Stop motion is known to be kind of jittery. But what I can easily do is I can apply a image stabilization plugin in After Effects to this footage. So a little bit of the jittering around that it may do can be corrected. So we got smooth. We'll have smooth motion, and we'll have this very nice. I've got a lot of frames in here. I'm trying to do the Ray Harryhausen thing where he would do like 60, 70 frames per second. So anyway, let's lean in here. Yeah. So, but if we kind of go ahead here, you're gonna notice something. Let's kind of speed ahead. You're going to notice that this green screen is too small and this lens is too wide. And so now what we're getting into here is we're getting into, if you look kind of here and over here, you'll see that we're getting outside the green screen. So how do I correct that? Well, again, this is way bigger than 4K, or not 4K. This is way bigger than the HD frame that I'm going to be using. You see in the bottom here, we can see the whiteboard. So what we do is once we get to a certain spot where the green screen is being exceeded, is I will then start keyframing and pushing in with the in After Effects so that the crop stays within the bounds of the green screen. So what happens then is the camera's pulling out, but I'm zooming back in, and that's going to create in After Effects an artificial Zolly effect, which is what I talked about in another entry of this journal, where you're essentially you're dollying out, but you're zooming in, and so it'll create that kind of Hitchcock or Jaws effect. So it'll be cool. It'll be creepy. I'm trying to do neat things within the limitations of what I've got, but I'm very happy with this. So, and I'm almost done. So I'm gonna keep shooting. Usually I vamp for time, but in this instance, I don't think it's necessary to do that. You get the idea. I'll do other journal entries that are over 10 minutes, but this time, this is what I'm working on. I am going to be doing a bit more, and then I'll do another update on some other stop motion tricks I'm doing. So thanks very much, and I'll be back with more soon.